Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Shadow Ranch. Nancy and Dave think they have captured the culprit. They have reached a cavern. Whoever or whatever is in that cave is trying to put Shadow Ranch out of business or worse, Nancy says. I can't let that happen to the rallies. With that, Nancy disappears into the black, leaving Dave scrambling to catch up. A few steps into the cavern, Nancy's flashlight begins to flicker. She gives it a firm shake and the last bit of light sputters out. Shoot! Nancy exclaims, louder than intended. She freezes at the sound of her voice echoing in the depths ahead. Wow! Dave exclaims. Hear that echo? This place must be huge. Shh! Nancy whispers. I heard something move. Dave freezes. The two stand, barely breathing. At first, the cave is perfectly silent, until, in the distance, Nancy hears the unmistakable sounds of tumbling rocks. Nancy, look! Dave whispers. In the distance, a pale yellow phantom pulses in the depths of the cave. Nancy gasps when she sees the strange, undulating, glowing shape. Nancy, what is that? Dave whispers, his voice thick with worry. Before she answers, the glowing specter bursts into a dozen small shapes that zigzag wildly towards Nancy and Dave. Nancy takes another step back, or she takes a step back, and gives her flashlight another useless shake as the creatures close in. With a loud scratch that reverberates in the vast cave, Dave strikes a long match. In the dim yellow matchlight, the glowing shapes are finally revealed to be a mound of agitated tarantulas! Tarantula venom is not lethal to humans. Well that's nice, so I guess the next time I get bitten by a venomous tarantula, I should not worry. Cool! Because the last couple of times I was bitten by a venomous tarantula, I was totally worried. Yeah. Dave jumps back to avoid the swarm. Nancy spots a small duffel bag in the distance beyond the mass of spiders. There, Nancy whispers. What's that? Dave slowly swings the match towards where Nancy points. Dave lets out a yelp, dropping the match as it burns his finger. In the complete darkness of the cave, the tarantulas start to emit an eerie yellow glow again. At least we know where they are, Nancy offers weakly. What's going on here, Nancy? Dave calls out, striking another match. Don't know yet, Nancy whispers. How many more of those do you have? Just a few, Dave says solemnly. All right, Nancy says, formulating a plan. You keep the matches lit. I'll clear the spiders out of the way. Then we grab the bag. Dave takes a deep breath and strikes a match. Do you remove the spiders, yes or no? Same thing happens no matter what. If you choose not to get rid of them, oh, hey! If you choose not to get rid of them, the same thing happens. If you do, I'm losing control of this sentence because I'm doing a hidden object screen. So if you say yes, get rid of the spiders, obviously you have this hidden object screen. If you say no, I don't want to get rid of the spiders, Nancy is just going to walk past them and not get bitten. So, really, not really a big deal either way. Where's that final tarantula? Tarantula, where are you, buddy? I guess I shouldn't call him buddy. He's not my buddy. He's a dangerous evil spider. Alright, can't find him. So I'm just going to skip and show you guys what happens if you don't get the tarantulas. Overwhelmed by the thought of coming near the wriggling spiders, Nancy holds back. She says, you know what, Dave? I'm just going to leave you here to die. Dave gives Nancy the matches, and she makes her way to the bag. Got it, he announces. Oh, wait, never mind. Dave is the one who gets the bag, so I guess there is a slight difference. If Nancy chooses to get the bag, she's the one who gets the bag. If she chooses not to, Dave gets the bag. Either way, they get the bag, they drop the matches, and they just leave through the cavern, and they go into the warm morning sun. Nancy wastes no time unzipping the bag and spilling the contents. She discovers a plastic canister, a manual dust pump, and a pair of work gloves covered with the glowing powder, along with a worn bridle. What in the heck is all this? Dave asks, pointing at the bag. Nancy steps back as the large canvas bag shudders slightly. Suddenly, a tarantula jumps from the bag and skitters back into the cave, leaving a puff of yellow dust in its wake. I think the powder in here is what makes the horse and those spiders glow. I think you're right, Dave concurs. When he sees the bridle, his brow furrows. Why, this here's from the ranch. Went missing last week. Those gloves look familiar, too.
They glow in the dark.
You think someone from Shadow Ranch is behind this ghost horse thing? Looks that way, don't it? After securing the items Nancy found to their saddles, Dave loops his lariat around the chestnut's neck, mounts up, and starts leading the horse back to the ranch. Good thing we found that horse, Dave says as they scramble up the ridge. Now Tex is only gonna be a little mad you came along instead of a lot mad. Good thing you thought to go after the horse to begin with. Well, Dave shrugs modestly, it was mostly Lester's idea. Are you and Lester good friends? Hardly know him. He just signed on. He used to work for Sam Nash. Dun dun dun. The owner of Black Creek Ranch? Dun 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 dun. Dramatic music here. Yep, Nash would do pretty much anything to own the rally spread. Anything but pay a fair price for it, that is. Him and Ed are always at each other's throats. After a pause, he adds, and I'll tell you something else. What? Well, I'm glad you're staying here at the ranch is all. He suddenly grows tongue-tied. It got a lot more tolerable when you showed up. With that, he looks away, embarrassed. All right, everybody, it is time for an important decision. Perhaps the most important decision Nancy will ever make in her entire life. Should she flirt with Dave? Yes or no? I'm going to let you, the viewers, decide, so I'm going to give you 3 seconds here. Just shout your answer at the computer screen. Oh, okay, don't shout that loud. Okay, geez, yes, fine, okay. Well, I'm glad I came along too, Nancy smiles. I was hoping we'd get a chance to get to know each other better. You were? Dave looks at her hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about cowboys all my life, but you're the first real one I've met. So, he says, bashful again, what do you think? Well, I'm not disappointed, that's for sure. She laughs teasingly, then gathers her reins. Can we go a little faster? It'd be nice to get back to the ranch before it gets really hot. Sure, Dave says. They click to their mounts and pick up an easy lope. My gosh, oh my goodness, whoa, so that is what it is like when Nancy Drew flirts with somebody. So, I want to show you what happens if she doesn't flirt with him. Let's just go through this here. Yeah, that's a surprise. Apparently Nancy is very good at flirting. Who knew? Oh, look! Nancy points towards some nearby brush. A blue-nosed gopher! Dave looks up and sees that she's pointing at a prairie dog. Maybe we should pick up the pace, Nancy says. It'd be nice to get back to the ranch before it gets really hot. Sure. They click to their mounts and pick up an easy lope.